Welcome back to another video, gentlemen. Today's video was very highly requested. As you can see by the title, what I'm going to be discussing is overcoming Nofap urges. Now, before I dive into the video, I want to give you a breakdown of what the Nofap movement is really about, because some of you might be here for the first time thinking, what the hell is he talking about? Okay, so essentially what the Nofap movement is about, it's a movement that encourages men to stop engaging in the act of self-pleasure. I won't use the technical term because YouTube will flag up my video. But essentially, it's to encourage men to stop engaging in that act, specifically if it accompanies watching explicit content, which is usually the case for most men anyways. When they're engaging in that act, they are usually watching PRN online. Okay, so overcoming Nofap urges. First things first, what I would tell you, men, is that the urges are normal. You're a man. You have testosterone running through your body. And now I'd be concerned if you didn't have any sort of urges. Then I would probably encourage you to go and visit a doctor, because something might be wrong. You might be very low on testosterone. Okay, but if you're an average, healthy, fit male, then you're gonna get those urges. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with you if you feel that urge throughout the day, okay? Now, another thing as well that I want to tell you is that when you're engaging on this journey, when you are beginning the Nofap journey, understand that you shouldn't be counting the days, right? Don't be like, oh, day one ticked, day two ticked. Remove the pressure of counting the days, because ultimately you want to make it a lifestyle. You want to be a man who doesn't need to watch content online in order to pleasure himself. You want to be a man that is healthy, fit, strong, who has a woman in his life that he can engage in activity with, shall we say. Okay? And so you got to make it a lifestyle. Don't be someone that's sat there counting the days. Now, I know it might help some of you, but I'll tell you that it will just create unnecessary pressure. Eliminate this timer in your head. Oh, day two, day three. Eliminate that. Okay? Another thing I'll tell you is this. As a man, you should be busy. You should be. If you're working full time, which I hope you are, okay, I hope you have a job at least. I mean, if you don't have a job, that's a problem in itself, because you're at home all day, you're by yourself, and we know what happens when you're by yourself as a man all day. At some point, you're gonna put hands on yourself, okay? Maybe not your chest, but you get the point. Okay, so stay busy, have a job. If you don't have a job, apply for one. Now, if you're out from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., another thing you should do is work out. You should be hitting the gym several times a week, 5, 6 times a week, maybe even 7 times a week. You should keep your body under pressure on a consistent basis. You should be ripping those muscles apart. You should be running, because it does a massive benefit for you when you're engaging in physical activity. It does. Because by the end of the day, let's say you come back from the gym after work at 7, 8, you're tired. If you've had a good session, you're knackered. And the last thing I can think of doing after a long day and hitting the gym hard, the last thing that I would want to do is open my laptop and then watch that content. It don't make sense. I'm knackered. I'll probably want to eat something and then hit the bed and sleep. Okay, so stay busy with a job, with something that makes you money, which you should always be doing as a man. You should always be on your purpose, and also hit the gym. You gotta be hitting the gym several times a week, okay? The next thing I tell you is that you need to unfollow all of these half-naked women on Instagram or Twitter or whatever you use. Why are you even following them? Why? What's the point? Why? I really don't get the point. And they don't give a fuck whether you lived or died. They wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire, put it this way. And there you are, like, oh wow, she's pretty, she's got a big ass. Like, what are you doing, man? Have some self-respect, unfollow them. They don't care about you, irrelevant. You don't even exist in their world. And you're there liking all of their pictures, commenting like a little beta cup mangina. What are you doing? So unfollow these women, because this is the thing as well. You're a man, you have urges, you see a woman with her ass hanging out on IG, and you're gonna get some feelings. Something is gonna run through your system. Right? So you should not be around the triggers, put it this way. And I talked about something called environment design in Atomic Habits, where James Clear talks about altering your environment to help you create better habits. So if you eliminate all of these women, I say eliminate, it sounds fucking aggressive. If you unfollow all of these women on your IG, you're not going to see them anymore. So you're less likely to have the urge to self-pleasure. Okay, and if you're someone that always does the deed, you know, on your bed with your laptop, then maybe put your laptop downstairs or leave your phone downstairs before you go to bed. So it's not around you, it's not within your vicinity. Okay, environment design, alter your environment. Okay? And remember this, gentlemen, you have to remember that it comes with consequences. Watching that content, engaging in that physical activity of self-pleasure, it has its consequences. It does. Okay, it will mean that at some point when you're in a relationship with a woman, the ordinary won't excite you anymore, because you've been watching thousands of hours of that content over the years, and now that you're in a normal, healthy relationship, you won't have the desire, perhaps, to engage in regular physical intercourse, right? Now you're going to be like, oh, you know what? I want her to do this hardcore thing. And you know what? That might be the cause of a lot of problems in a lot of relationships. And I've heard of it, where a lot of guys, you know, they end up being unhappy in the relationship they're in because their woman doesn't want to do the graphic stuff. And some of the stuff is really graphic, right? That they see in these videos. So it will have a negative impact on your relationship. It will also mean that you might not be able to get it up, you know, when it comes down to business. And that's a very frustrating feeling for you, but also for your partner. Or maybe you finish too quickly. Okay, so it's not gonna serve you in the long run. It will cause problems. And so you need to be aware of the consequences. It's devastating for a lot of guys. A lot of guys are miserable, and they regret all of the hours, all of the days that they would sit there and engage in those activities, because it has now ruined their marriage. Okay, so it's dangerous, guys. Honestly, it's not just, oh yeah, you know, it'd be nice if you stop. No, you need to stop. And you need to stop as a matter of urgency. And believe me, it's not as hard as you think. It really isn't. Now, just imagine this. Okay, this is a weird example, but imagine someone attached a device to your head that will blow up and will kill you if you engage in that activity. If you do the deed, if you know what I'm saying. Imagine if you did that deed, that device will go off in your head and your fucking brain will blow out all over the place. Are you gonna do it? No, you're gonna be like, oh, you know what? Fucking hell, if I do this, I'm dead. And so you can stop. Obviously, that's a fucking weird example, I understand. But it's not that hard to keep your hands off yourself. Leave it alone. Give your meat some rest. The only time you should really get your meat out there and going is when you meet a woman. Right? And then you can do whatever the hell you want to do. But leave yourself alone, man. It's sad. It's sad, as I said in my last video, man. Guys are sitting there in a dark room, you know what I'm saying, looking at their reflection in the laptop. I mean, it's a miserable existence. You're on tab 58, and you're like, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, what are you doing with your life? Sad. You know what I mean? And so be aware of the consequences, man. It will ruin your relationships at some point. It will ruin your body. Like I said, a lot of men can't get it up. A lot of men finish too soon because they watch that stuff all the damn time. Okay? So gentlemen, listen, it all boils down to eliminating instant gratification and being a man that builds himself, and a man that seeks long-term gratification, not instant pleasure. Build yourself. If you want those attractive women that you see on those sites, well, become a man that's valuable enough to attract a woman like that into your life. Not a man that sits there on his bed and then, you know what I mean, seeks the easy way out, finds the quicker solution. Okay, build yourself up, become a man of value, attract a real woman into your life. Alright, but just remember, guys, the urges are normal. You're a man. Okay, you have testosterone in your body. It's normal to have those urges. But you got to be aware of the consequences every day. Do the things that you can do to help yourself. like environment design, unfollowing all these chicks on IG, putting your laptop or your phone away somewhere where you can't access it if you feel like it, right? Do the things that you know you can do. And I'll tell you what, with time, you're going to start to feel incredible. You will. You feel stronger in the gym. You do, because testosterone goes up. Think about it. I mean, it's common sense. If you're busting a nut several times a day, you're depleting your body of its valuable resource. Okay? You're getting rid of all these minerals that are in your body that help you. And so when you leave that in your body, and you don't unnecessarily self-pleasure several times a fucking day, then you're gonna feel stronger. And some of you maybe who are watching this video, you've done that. Okay, you've gone a long time without engaging in it, and you feel incredible, you feel strong. Okay? And you get addicted to those improvements. It feels good. And guys, listen, it's okay to release, right? But release in a real relationship with a woman, man. Don't release it on your fucking self. Fuck it now. It's a fucking sad realization, isn't it? You're sat there after you've busted fucking gallons all over yourself. I mean, come on, man. Have some self-respect. Okay? You can do whatever you want with a woman, but just don't bust gallons all over yourself, man. It's sad, man. Fucking, I'm losing it a bit. Alright guys, so I hope these tips help you, man. Make sure you like and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.